Hi, I'm Verena Gayatri. Welcome to this Ayurvedic Qigong class that strengthens your boundary, that strengthens also your immune system, that strengthens your sense of self, and to really, protect actually your heart and your lung energy. So, why do I say Ayurvedic Qigong practice? That's quite, Ayurveda, it's the Indian system, Chinese medicine, Qigong, So, why I'm saying this is, so in Qigong, we work with energy flow, also Ayurveda works with that. In Qigong, when we want to work with boundary, we want to protect a field that in Chinese medicine is called the Wei Qi field. It's a protective layer, almost like a membrane around you that protects your personal energy and makes a slight, division between, that's where your energy field ends and someone else's begins. Some sensitive people, are really sensitive to other people's energies, to places, for example, or if your Wei Qi field is weak or injured, you might be also hypersensitive and, take on too much energy from other people, or, if you're very Vata, for example, too, it's said that, outer stimuli, different energies can really throw you off kilter. I know that personally. When I'm in a shopping center and there are many people, many energies, many impressions that come your way, maybe loud music, it's kind of like, poof, it's too much for me, So the connection to Ayurveda is Ayurveda explains the same thing. Also in Chinese medicine, it says the center of boundary is actually in your heart. And this fits very much to what Ayurveda has to say, is that in Ayurveda, we call this protective layer of energy that's actually responsible for your immune strength, the Ojas. And the Ojas are in the physical body, protecting the health of your physical cells, as well as your astral body, your energy field. But it's the same concept. And you want to keep the Ojas, or the Wei Qi field, strong in order to feel, like confident in yourself and not take on too much stuff from others. The Ojas, the primordial Ojas, are also in your heart, and you feed the Ojas with many techniques in Ayurveda, but one of them is with love, with love and compassion. So we come from the Chinese point of view now in this class, from the Qigong, but I want you to keep in mind that both Ayurveda and Chinese medicine speak about the same concept of a protective layer of energy around you that can be strengthened by now the form of Qigong, and as well as your lifestyle, your food as Ayurveda describes, and also the way you regulate your emotions from your heart. So to come now to Qigong and what we do today, so it's not just that we want to regulate and nourish your heart, but we want to increase the lung energy. Yeah, the lung energy can regulate this Wei Qi field a lot. That fits also to Ayurveda. The lungs are associated with Kapha, and the Ojas is the subtle form of Kapha, like water and earth and nourishment. So let's increase that Kapha energy, which balances the Vata. It's increased that lung energy, which protects the Wei Qi field and fills up the Wei Qi field, and in Ayurvedic terms helps to build up your Ojas. So let's come standing in Wuji posture. It's like in yoga, feet hip distance apart, but here you have your knees a bit relaxed. You're not standing stock stiff like in Tadasana. You're letting the knees bend a little bit, letting your arms. And often in Qigong, we start with closing your eyes and just, like in a yoga practice, feel your feet grounding down. But I want you to imagine now that you are in a beautiful nature. If you have chance to practice this class in nature, it's the best, of course. I love to practice on my balcony if I get a chance, or look outside the window. And now visualize this beautiful, serene nature. And now imagine you have, and you do have, suction cups. In Ayurveda they are called the chakras, minor chakras, in the palms of your hands. And like suction cups, you take that energy of this beautiful nature environment you're either seeing or in it, or just imagine in your mind. Take it in and bring it up And now lower the hands in front of you, imagining. Remember, Qigong is a moving meditation, so you work with your mind. So imagine beautiful, golden, nourishing energy enter through the crown of your head. And today, going down the center of your spine. As you do that, filling your lungs as well, here the heart, bringing, regulating, balancing, nourishing energy into your guts, your female or male reproductive systems, and then now down into the legs. So this concept is really important. You need this for the next. In Qigong, we don't say sequence, we say form. You need to really have this concept of that there's energy flowing through the palms of your hands, and you can regulate your field with the movement of the palms of your hands. So first, like in yoga, in Qigong, we want to move up, want to open the joints, because that's where energy gets stuck, and we can only move and build energy or clear energy once we kind of free it. So place the hands on your lower back, and like often in yoga classes, let's just move your head for a moment, opening up the neck and the joints of the neck. And now going through the other side. Be gentle, listen to your neck, it's often quite tight. And now just circle your right arm. I like to place my left fingertips onto my right shoulder, activating a heart acupuncture point. And now reverse, allowing now not only to open up your shoulder, but to bring increased energy flow, meridian flow to the heart. Now left hand onto your chest, pectoralis muscles by the shoulder. Inhale, exhale. Again, in Qigong, Qi is that concept of universal life force that you find especially in nature, but in food, in fresh water, in air, and also in yourself, every living being. In yoga, we call this concept of life force prana, but it's the same thing, prana or Qi. Nice. And now, open your feet a little bit more. Now, let's swing from side to side. And since we focus today especially on the lungs, let's tap with light fists as you go from side to side onto the lower part of the lungs first. And now let's tap on the upper part of the lungs, both with your top hand and your lower hand. And then just swing down a little bit, maybe gently waking up your digestion here as well. And then just let your hands swing. Nice, and coming back to the center. And now especially, shake out the hands, bring the feet together. I love this one. It's called it looks like a golf swing. We want to really open up the lungs. So let's step to the right and open both hands to the right. Maybe come up a little higher here onto the left foot. And then swing down, bend the knees, and swing to the left side corner. And swing down, and right side corner. So really open up the lungs to the left side corner, down, right side corner, down, left side corner, down, right side corner. Last time, go down and to the left. And now make a figure 8, so we open both the joints in the elbows, a little bit in the hands and in the hips. And encircling your wrists 3 times in one direction, 3 times in the other. Bringing your feet together, circle your knees. Open the flow of energy going down. Circling your feet. And then reverse. The other foot. Bring the energy into the joints. So now our energy are freed, and I hope you continue with me, because now we are going to go into clearing energy from the lungs, as well as illuminating that Wei Qi field and, generating energy for the protection, which will help you feel the boundaries, which you feel from the heart, but also you have the energy to set the boundaries from your lungs. So I hope you continue with me now. So in order to clear and kind of energize the lungs a little bit, there's a funny form. I quite like it, especially as a dancer. You swing the elbows, bring the arms up, and then you do like jazz hands. Like you have little light bulbs in your fingers and you wriggle it down. And what you imagine, you swing the hands, and now you're kind of shaking the whole fields of your lungs awake. Open up any debris, any stuck energy, and also clear it away, you know, just get it out. Swing up and clear it out. And since this is quite tiring of the hands, let's have a break here. And now reverse. You swing the hands up, you cross your wrists and your chest hands, shake out the center and swing it out. So chest and swing, the center and up. Clear space, emotions in the lungs, any energy you don't want anymore, you might have taken on from someone else, cleared out of your field, especially from the lung field and up. The next one, I understand, if you do it for the first time, might look complicated, but if you continue to do it with me, it will be easy. This is really a release of letting go of any stuck energy from the lungs. Especially, Ayurveda describes we hold in the lungs grief, which is connected to Kapha. So again, swing from the elbows, but now you keep on swinging, and then you clap your upper thighs, you keep inhaling, you take any energy from the lungs and you reach it out. You can do it through the nose. I sometimes like to really blow it out of my mouth, but then you grab new energy. Imagine again, you're bringing it in through the palms of your hands, beautiful wide energy into the lungs. Fill your lungs and then exhale. Bring that beautiful wide grounding energy down. So it's both, it's cleaning and rejuvenating this form. So now bend the knees, swing the elbows, inhale, 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 clap, inhale, and now let it go. Bring it out, especially any stuck energy from the lungs. Now inhale fresh energy into the lungs, maybe in the form of white light. And then now retain that white light, bring it down into the ground. A couple of more times. Swing the arms, inhale. And inhale, white light in. And ground it in your body. Last time, elbow, cross and swing. Clap. Inhale. And exhale. Ground it in your body. And before we start to build the Wei Qi, let's just do a little bit of this tapping of the heels. Any leftover stuck energy, let it leave your body. Now bending the knees and just let it go. Shake out the lungs, the shoulders. And then come to the center. Pause for a moment. Knees slightly bent, maybe feel a bit more already kind of relieved, energized. And now to illuminate and strengthen the lung energy in the Wei Qi field, let's just, again, bend the knees slightly. Imagine you're bringing beautiful energy from the ground through the palms of the hands up into the heart and lungs, but especially the lungs. And exhale, now you ground it down. The heart doesn't want too much energy, so just really imagine you plugging beautiful earth energy, you bring it up into your lungs, and then now you ground it down into the lower part of the body, lower tantien, lower legs. Inhale, reach up to about solar plexus, lower lung area, and then exhale. Now it's almost like you imagine you filling up the tank. Like you're filling up yourself. Inhale, draw energy up. And exhale. And now in particular we illuminate, strengthen the lung energy, which strengthens, illuminates the Wei Qi field. or the Ojas in Ayurveda. Inhale, reach up. Now I show you this from the side. Now you, almost like a cat in yoga, you push with your hands. So like this movement always reminds me of modern dance movement. You push it up, and now you inhale, bring the energy up. And this time really circle the hands back. Now you feel like this whole light energy around you, this field, you strengthen it. You come down, and then you ground it into the feet. And again, you inhale, reach up. You exhale like a cat, push out. Now you reach up the energy. You feel like you're illuminating this whole, almost like a membrane around you. And bring it in and ground it down. Again, inhale, reach it up. Like a curling action, reach it forward. Now tracing the energy field up and illuminating it with the field of energy you brought up. And then finish by grounding it down. Slightly different, especially also to feed the lung energy. I show you from the side. You inhale, reach up the energy. And now this time you bring it all the way up to the lungs, and then you push like with little loose fists back. And almost like you're curling. And then from the back, this time you reach the arms from the back up. And now from the top, you ground the energy. You fill your tank with beautiful white energy down the body. 2 more times like this. You inhale, lift up. Now to the armpit, create little fists, you push back, and then you circle from the back, reaching up, and then close down. Visualize a beautiful, soothing, white energy filling your lungs, your body, and all around you. Wei Qi field, or often called the aura as well. Last time, inhale, reach the arms up, little fists, push back. Inhale, now from the back to the front, and then exhale down. Now just sense, if you do feel already maybe a bit more grounded and stable. And to finish here, we finish with a beautiful regulating, balancing format or form called Kwangyong, strokes his beard. For this, take your hands and feel like as if you have a beard and you stroke it up and then you stroke it down. But what you want to imagine, and here we really strengthen the microcosmic orbit called in Qigong. Imagine like the energy goes from the back to the front, like an egg. You know, often this aura is described like an egg around you. So you inhale, lift up the arms, imagining you going back, and then exhale. Just a few times. Imagine you're in this beautiful cosmic orbit, regulating, generating energy, stabilizing this Wei Qi field. Inhale. Exhale, and it takes some time to really feel it. So if this is your first class or you haven't done it so often yet, or these forms, give yourself time. The more often you practice, the more sensitive you get, and the more you actually feel what's happening. Last time, exhale. And then to finish, we just going to kind of stroke the body. Feel like you kind of stroking the body, you keeping the energy in. Kind of distributing the energy, stroke from the down and up. Now all the energy we have generated, let's collected here in the lower Tantien where it can be kept, and it said it's kind of like a little pearl. It's kind of like a condensed star energy in your body. And now circle 5 or 9 times, but let's do 5 times today. 3, 4, 5, to really hold it in your belly. And now reverse the other way. Now really building this energy in the lower Tantien. It's almost like an illuminating energy. Holding your energy feels strong. Release. And I really encourage you to keep doing this class, this practice over and over again. You feel it more and more, you get used to it more and more, and each time you clear your energies and you protect your energy, setting the right boundary in a world that is very fast, that has a lot of information, but that help you stay centered, and like in the next yoga class, stay focused. Thank you very much. Namaste.